Most people completely misunderstand what HVAC is. And because of that, they miss how big the opportunity really is. When people hear HVAC, they picture a guy in somebody's house. He's fixing the air conditioner. He's sweating in the attic in the summer. That's the image. Or maybe he's outside working on the unit out there. For a lot of people, they instantly think, not for me, right? Then move on. If your understanding is narrow, your options feel limited. But HVAC isn't just residential work. HVAC is literally everywhere. And once you start noticing that, you can't unsee it. Walk into a grocery store, the entire freezer aisle, that's HVAC. That's refrigeration. Walk into a restaurant, all the cooling systems, the food storage, the airflow, the overhead ducts for the grill, everything. That's all HVAC. Walk into a hotel, hundreds of rooms, centralized systems, maintenance team, that's HVAC. Apartment complexes, warehouses, office buildings, all running on systems that need to be maintained constantly. Every building function depends on systems that somebody has to maintain, replace, repair. We had one student, he went to work at Ready Ice. Have you ever heard of Ready Ice? Most people wouldn't even think about that. When you go to a gas station, you go to the gas station, you see the big freezer outside where you open it up and pick up a bag of ice. Most people wouldn't even connect that to HVAC, but it's refrigeration system. One of those goes down, then they can't sell the ice there. That's HVAC. Same with restaurants. They have walk-in freezers. They have air ducts. They have air conditioners. Grocery stores, they have to preserve inventory. They have large freezer aisles. They have the meat department. Hotels, they have to maintain comfort. They have ice machines as well. They many times have a kitchen. Apartment complexes, they have to keep their tenants happy. All of that relies on systems. The opportunity isn't obvious, but it's everywhere once you understand it. So when you get into HVAC, you're not choosing a job. You're choosing a category. You're opening up multiple paths within that category. And this is where most people start to see the real opportunity. You can move into residential service, commercial service, refrigeration, apartment maintenance, facility maintenance, specialized equipment. Over time, you can decide what environment you want, what type of work you like, and what schedule you prefer. More paths mean more control over your future. And this is where the income side actually starts to make sense. Because it's not about where you start, it's about how you grow. You don't walk in making top pay. You build experience, you build skill, you build understanding, and that builds higher income. Your value increases, your pay increases, your options start to increase because now you're not easily replaceable. Your income grows when your skill becomes harder to replace. You don't need to understand all of this to get started. Guess what? Literally nobody knew anything about HVAC until they started. You start with basics, start with certifications, you get exposure, and then you learn. So you don't need mastery. You just need a starting point. What starts as just learning something new turns into a completely different trajectory because now you're building something that compounds. Instead of drifting, working random jobs, staying in the same cycle, you now have a skill, gaining useful experience, you're increasing your value. Your first job is never your last job. And that's how you should see your future. A real skill changes how you think about what's possible. That's what we help people understand at Texas Trade Academy. Because most people never see the full picture on their own. We don't just teach what HVAC is. We show where it leads, how to get in, how to move forward. So you're not guessing your way through it. If you've been overlooking this, overthinking this, questioning this, and you thought that this was just fixing some AC units in somebody's house, check the link. We'll show you how to actually get started.